Good evening, everyone. Look at us. We've seen a few seasons come and go, haven't we? We've built lives, raised families, maybe even started thinking about slowing down a little. But what if I told you that the wisdom for truly living, not just existing, but thriving, with energy and peace, comes from a place far, far away, high in the Himalayas? A place where time seems to slow down, and a monk named Tenzin, has apparently unlocked some of life's most profound secrets, living to a remarkable 120 years old. Now, 120. Just let that number sit with you for a moment. In a world that feels like it's spinning faster every day, where we're constantly bombarded with the latest health trends and quick fixes, a man lives for over a century in a simple monastery, high above the clouds, seemingly untouched by the ravages of time and modern stress. How is that even possible? What does he know that we don't? I first heard about Ngai Tenzin years ago, from a traveler who had somehow managed to reach his remote monastery. The stories were like whispers carried on the mountain wind, tales of his vibrant health, his clear eyes, his mind as sharp as a new snowfall. I was intrigued. As someone who spent a lifetime navigating the currents of this modern world, the idea of such enduring vitality felt almost mythical. It wasn't easy to get there. The journey was arduous, testing both patience and physical endurance. But the thought of meeting this centenarian monk, of hearing his wisdom firsthand, propelled me forward. And when I finally arrived, the air thin and crisp, the silence profound, I saw him. Not a frail, ancient figure, but a man with a quiet strength, a gentle smile, and an aura of profound peace. He agreed to share his 5 lessons with me, not as strict rules, but as guiding principles, simple yet powerful, that had shaped his extraordinary life. These aren't about expensive treatments or complicated regimens. They are, at their heart, about reconnecting with the fundamental rhythms of life. And as I sat with him, the wind whistling around the ancient stones of the monastery, I felt a sense of anticipation, a feeling that I was about to hear something truly transformative. Each lesson unfolded not just as a piece of advice, but as a story woven with the threads of his long life. And that's how I want to share them with you tonight, as stories. Master Tenzin began with the most fundamental act, breathing. We do it every second of every day, without thinking. But, according to him, we're doing it wrong. Or rather, we're not doing it mindfully. If you can control your breath, he said, his voice a soft rumble like distant thunder, you can control your life force. He explained that the breath is the bridge between the mind and the body. Watch a baby sleep. Their breath is deep, slow, filling their belly. As we age, stress and the demands of life often lead to shallow, rapid chest breathing. We're taking in less oxygen, keeping our nervous systems in a state of low-grade alert. Every morning, he told me, the very first thing he does is dedicate 30 minutes solely to breathing. No rushing, no hurry, he emphasized. A deep breath down into the belly, holding it as if holding onto life itself, then slowly releasing it, letting go of all worries. He described this morning practice not as a chore, but as a sacred ritual, a way to greet the day with intention and calm. He shared a story from his younger days, a time when he was still learning to quiet his restless mind. There was a period of intense political unrest in the region, and fear gripped the monastery. The younger monks were agitated, their minds a whirlwind of worry and speculation. Master Tenzin, then a middle-aged monk, found himself also caught in the anxiety, his breath short and ragged. He sought the counsel of his own teacher, an even older monk. His teacher didn't offer words of political analysis or reassurance about the external situation. Instead, he simply said, "Observe your breath, my son. When the mind is turbulent, the breath is shallow. When the breath is steady, the mind will follow." Master Tenzin took his teacher's words to heart. He retreated to a quiet corner of the monastery and began to focus solely on his breath, slow, deep inhales and exhales. At first, his mind rebelled, racing with fearful thoughts. But he persisted, gently bringing his attention back to the rise and fall of his belly. Slowly, gradually, the fear began to lose its grip. The external situation hadn't changed, but his internal response had. His breath became his anchor in the storm. Slowing the breath, Master Tenzin explained, slows the rhythm of life, the rhythm of the heart, and lengthens life itself. It's a simple act, free and available to everyone, yet its power is immense. It's a way to tap into a built-in mechanism for calming the nervous system, lowering blood pressure, and promoting a sense of tranquility that modern life often steals from us. It's about being present, one breath at a time. Imagine starting your day not by grabbing your phone or rushing to the coffee pot, but by simply breathing. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just you and your breath, setting a tone of calm and presence for the hours ahead. Master Tenzin's lesson wasn't just about a physical act. It was about cultivating a state of being, a foundation of peace from which to face whatever the day may bring. It's a simple, powerful way to reclaim a little bit of control in a world that often feels out of control. Lesson 2. Simplicity on the plate. Next, Master Tenzin spoke about food. In our culture, food is often about indulgence, about pleasure, about abundance. We have endless choices, elaborate meals, and a constant temptation to eat more than we need. But Master Tenzin's approach was startlingly different. Too much food, he stated matter-of-factly, only feeds sickness, not life. He described his diet as surprisingly simple. Mostly boiled vegetables, thin porridge, a little roasted grain, he said. His emphasis was on fresh, natural foods, prepared with minimal seasoning. Food close to nature, he called it. And just as important as what he ate was how much. He explained that he only eats until he is about 70% full. Always stop when you still feel light in your stomach, he advised. This concept of 70% full was intriguing. We're so used to eating until we're completely stuffed, feeling that heavy, sometimes uncomfortable fullness. Master Tenzin's approach is about nourishment, not satiation to the point of burden. He believes that this simple, light eating prevents the body from being overloaded, giving internal organs time to rest and recover each day. He recounted a time, many decades ago, when a wealthy patron visited the monastery and, out of generosity, brought an abundance of rich, elaborate foods, roasted meats, sweet pastries, and heavy curries. The younger monks, unaccustomed to such fare, indulged enthusiastically. Master Tenzin, though tempted, stuck to his simple diet. Within days, many of the monks who had feasted on the rich food fell ill with digestive issues. Their bodies, used to the simple, light monastery food, were struggling to process the sudden richness. Master Tenzin, however, remained healthy and vibrant. It was a clear lesson, he said, a gentle smile on his face. Our bodies are like finely tuned instruments. If you try to put too much fuel, or the wrong kind of fuel, it will not perform well. Simplicity is not a deprivation. It is a liberation. His lesson on food is a powerful counterpoint to our modern relationship with eating. It's about seeing food as fuel and medicine, rather than just a source of pleasure or comfort. It's about listening to your body's subtle signals of fullness, rather than overriding them. It's about recognizing that giving your digestive system a break is not only good for physical health, but also contributes to a feeling of lightness and clarity. Think about the last time you overate. How did you feel afterward? Sluggish, perhaps? Heavy? Now, imagine feeling light and energized after every meal. Master Tenzin's practice of eating simply and stopping at 70%. Fullness is a radical act of self-care in a world that constantly encourages us to consume more. It's about finding contentment in less and recognizing that true nourishment comes from quality and mindfulness, not just quantity. Lesson 3. gentle, constant movement. Our bodies were designed to move, yet so many of us live increasingly sedentary lives. We sit for hours at desks, in cars, in front of screens. Master Tenzin, at 120, understands the vital importance of movement, not as strenuous exercise, but as a gentle, continuous flow. A river that does not flow becomes stagnant, he observed. The body is the same. Despite his advanced age, he told me he still walks slowly around the monastery for 2 to 3 hours every single day. Not a power walk, not a race against time, but a steady, gentle pace. No straining, he emphasized. Just a regular rhythm, breathing out, smiling, feeling the earth beneath my feet. He doesn't see movement as a chore or a means to an end, like burning calories. He sees it as the language of life. To stop moving, he said with a hint of sadness in his voice, is to stop loving life. He shared a memory from a harsh winter many years ago. Snowfall was heavy, making it difficult to walk outside. Some of the older monks retreated indoors, huddled by the fires, becoming increasingly inactive. Master Tenzin, though feeling the chill, made a conscious effort to continue his daily walk, even if it was just a shorter route within the monastery walls. He noticed a difference. Those who stopped moving seemed to become stiffer, their spirits lower. He, despite the cold, felt a sense of warmth and vitality that the others seemed to lack. The simple act of putting one foot in front of the other, of keeping the energy flowing, made all the difference. Movement is not just for the muscles and bones, he explained. It is for the spirit. It is a way to connect with the world around you, to feel the air on your skin, to see the changes in the light, to be present in your physical form. In a world that often equates exercise with sweat, strain, and pushing limits, Master Tenzin's lesson is a refreshing reminder that gentle, consistent movement is profoundly powerful. It's about integrating movement into our daily lives in a way that feels natural and sustainable, not like a punishment or a grueling task. It's about finding joy in the simple act of walking, stretching, or whatever form of gentle movement resonates with you. Think about how you feel after even a short walk. Often, there's a sense of clarity, a release of tension. Master Tenzin's lesson is about making that feeling a daily practice, a non-negotiable part of your routine. It's about recognizing that your body is meant to move and honoring that need with kindness and consistency. It's not about being an athlete. It's about being alive. Lesson 4. The stillness within, peace and letting go. Perhaps the most challenging lesson for many of us in the Western world is the cultivation of inner peace and the practice of letting go. We are conditioned to strive, to achieve, to hold on to things, possessions, opinions, grievances. Master Tenzin, through his long life, has learned the profound liberation that comes from a peaceful mind and a willingness to release attachments. An angry heart, he said, his gaze steady, nurses sickness. A compassionate heart nurses longevity. He dedicates time each day to meditation, not to empty his mind, but to observe it without judgment. This practice, he explained, allows him to work with thoughts and emotions rather than being consumed by them. His meditation includes specific intentions, forgiving the past, not regretting what is lost, and not fearing the future that has not yet arrived. Just living fully in the present moment, he said. He believes that a peaceful mind has a direct impact on physical health. When the mind is at peace, he explained, blood pressure is normal, the immune system is strong, and the body is naturally healthy. He shared a deeply personal story, one that highlighted the power of forgiveness. Many years ago, the monastery faced a betrayal from someone they had trusted deeply. The act caused significant hardship and pain to the community. Master Tenzin admitted that, initially, anger and resentment consumed him. He found himself replaying the events in his mind, fueling his negative emotions. His sleep suffered, his digestion was poor, and he felt a heaviness in his heart. He confessed this struggle to his teacher. His teacher listened patiently and then shared a simple analogy. Holding on to anger, he said, is like holding on to a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Master Tenzin understood. He began to use his meditation practice to actively cultivate forgiveness, not necessarily condoning the actions of the betrayer, but releasing the grip of anger and resentment from his own heart. It was a process, not an overnight transformation. There were days when the anger resurfaced, but he would gently bring his mind back to the intention of letting go. Slowly, the grip of anger loosened. The physical symptoms he had experienced began to dissipate. He felt a sense of lightness return. The external situation hadn't changed, but his internal landscape had been profoundly altered. His lesson here is not about being passive or avoiding difficult emotions. It's about recognizing that holding on to negative emotions like anger, resentment, and fear is detrimental to our well-being. It's about actively cultivating inner peace through practices like meditation, mindfulness, and forgiveness. It's about understanding that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reaction to them. Think about the grudges you might be holding on to, the worries that keep you up at night. Master Tenzin's lesson is an invitation to explore the possibility of letting go, of finding freedom and releasing that which no longer serves you. It's about recognizing that true strength lies not in holding on tightly, but in the courage to open your hand and release. Lesson 5. The Nourishment of Small Joys. In our pursuit of happiness, we often chase after grand experiences, big achievements, and significant life events. We delay our joy, waiting for the someday when everything will be perfect. Master Tenzin, at 120, finds profound happiness in the smallest, simplest moments of every day. Happiness, he said, a radiant smile spreading across his face, is not in the destination, but in every breath, every smile. He described a daily ritual that is both simple and beautiful. Every morning, he picks a small flower, sits on the porch of the monastery, and simply smiles at the sunrise. No phone, no noisy news, he said. Just gratitude for another day to be alive. This practice of intentionally seeking out and appreciating small moments of joy is a powerful antidote to the modern tendency to overlook the simple beauty that surrounds us. It's about cultivating a sense of wonder and gratitude for the ordinary. He shared a poignant memory from a time of great hardship in the region, a period of scarcity and suffering. There was little food, and life was a constant struggle for survival. Despite the grim circumstances, Master Tenzin made an effort each day to find something, however small, to appreciate. It might be the warmth of the sun on his face, the sight of a bird soaring in the sky, or the shared smile with a fellow monk. These small moments of joy, he explained, were like tiny sparks in the darkness. They didn't erase the hardship, but they made it bearable. They reminded him that even in the midst of suffering, life still held moments of beauty and grace. If you can find a reason to smile every day, he taught, you have lived another healthy day. It's a simple equation, yet its impact is profound. Finding joy, even in the smallest things, nourishes the spirit, reduces stress, and contributes to overall well-being. Think about the last time you truly noticed the beauty of a sunset, the taste of a perfectly ripe piece of fruit, or the warmth of a loved one's embrace. Master Tenzin's lesson is a call to awaken our senses and our hearts to the abundance of small joys that are available to us every day, if only we take the time to notice them. It's about shifting our focus from what is lacking to what is present, from what we don't have to what we do. As I prepared to leave, the weight of Master Tenzin's words settled upon me. 120 years. Not a race against time, but a patient cultivation of small, deliberate acts. A life built on the simple yet profound principles of mindful breathing, simple eating, gentle movement, inner peace, and the cultivation of small joys. He didn't claim to possess a magical elixir or a secret formula. His longevity and vitality were the result of consistent conscious choices made every single day. We may not live in a monastery high in the Tibetan mountains. We may not meditate for 8 hours a day. But, as Master Tenzin gently reminded me, we can start today. We can start with a slower breath, a lighter meal, a more compassionate smile. Because, ultimately, radiant health and a long, fulfilling life are not the result of a miracle. They are a choice we make every single day. A choice to breathe deeply. A choice to nourish our bodies with simplicity. A choice to move with intention. A choice to cultivate peace within. And a choice to find joy in the small, beautiful moments that life offers us. Master Tenzin's lessons are not about escaping the world, but about engaging with it more fully, with a body that is healthy and a mind that is at peace. They are a timeless reminder that the most powerful tools for well-being are often the simplest, the most accessible, the ones that are already within us, waiting to be rediscovered. The whisper of the mountains carries this ancient wisdom, and it is a whisper we can all choose to hear. What small step will you take today to cultivate your own well-being? Inspired by the whisper of the mountains and the extraordinary life of Master Tenzin, the choice and the journey are yours.